Well, if we may, I'd like to maybe just talk a little bit about the mystery person over here. This is CJ. I'm just going to flash CJ on the screen for a second, just to prove she's there. There she is.
She's flashing me.
There she is. And this is, you two are friends, and you're on this trip together, and lots of biking and stuff. And I was curious about, if maybe I'll ask you, CJ, like, how did you, if it's of interest to you, anything about how you two met or whatever, or if that's not, or choose your own adventure, or I'd also be interested in hearing about, why this friendship works, like what do you value about the association, and why?
She's smart, and she's got a great sense of humor, and she's very supportive. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I can be an okay friend, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh wait, you're gonna get you back in there. Yeah.
She put her in too.
Okay, I'll do the switch a little bit, and hopefully we won't get dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah. And we both came to clinical work in our 50s.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And we met as externs at like a community clinic. So we overlapped that way, and then you finished the program, and I still have more to do, and we kind of lost touch with each other, and then we bumped into each other at a hypnosis training. It's just a year ago, just a little over a year ago.
Yeah, it felt like a lot longer.
And it just, I guess without the stresses of the externship and all of the stuff that we had to go through to get licensed and set up practices.
Because we live in different states. Now, it's only 20 miles apart. But
I mean, we're
different systems.
on different parts of the highway, but it's not that far away. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like you've known each other a long, long time.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
We met in 2010,
2010.
Okay.
And
you want to know what attracted me to you first?
what?
You understood dissociation.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, that was how
We could see it in each other's
we
eyes.
could see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we'd be sitting at this U-shaped table listening to people present really simplistic interpretations of cases, and we'd just sit there looking at each other, going, "No,
They're
no.
missing.
No, missed the boat on that one." Yeah.
If you're not intuitive, you can miss a
Yeah, there you were sitting there waiting for me. I thought maybe you had seen my name on the attendance roster. No, you were I came to register, sign in, and you were sitting right there. And we just,
In dissociation, I've met people that look when somebody kind of freezes. Not that, I'm not talking about like dissociative identity disorder, multiple personality,
Right.
whatever. I'm talking about the
terror.
the freeze response when stressed.
Right. Yeah, where it kicks in and it's not completely voluntary. It's this
when stressed,
sympathetic nervous system.
When stressed, some people tend to fight, get
Yeah.
very defensive. Some run away, and some freeze. And often, some of it's temperamental, which way you're going to go, and some of what you're trained to do. But anyway, I could look in her eye and tell.
Oh, interesting.
We could communicate on some level.
No, we
could see it.
really did. Yeah.
And was it? And so it was kind of. Did that mean that it was kind of like a more a fast track to, fast track, but to trusting each other a little more? Or is it like I just know this person has this body of understanding?
I had somebody I could talk to, and she would get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there weren't that many. I mean, there were like 20-somethings for the most part, maybe a 30 or a 40. But they had come. They were still in graduate school, and they were learning the simple.
Well, it's that, but it's also some people are just very
Some people
different.
shouldn't be clinicians.
Well, some people are very suited for just cognitive behavioral therapy or teaching strategies or whatever. And mine is more being with someone and getting them. And
The experiential
Yeah.
piece of it, like CBT doesn't get.
and some of these people had never been gotten
Okay.
before by anyone, or I never felt understood. And I have an INTJ or whatever, an IN right now, she never was gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And never told it was okay to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one that just pops into my mind right there. And some men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's like, just never got any of that from my mom at all. It was pretty sad, but I mean, she's one that's gonna, I don't want to kick anybody out, but I think she, at this point, is just needing still to be with someone who gets her.
It goes a long way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And here, it's okay to be the way you are.
They're not alone in it.
Right.
They're not alone in it.
Because it does feel very alone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, when nobody gets you, you're alone.
Yeah.
And I think being an introvert, often you feel very alone. As I say, from kindergarten and first grade on, you're taught the social kids are the ones that are popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and you're not.
In the States, it's very social.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of social pressure on kids. Yeah.
I mean, even the report cards, how well you get along with others, and
yeah.
I don't know when they start doing group projects nowadays.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite.
God.
That should be that's a video idea actually. Just going to different people who identify with the different introverted types and just getting a one-liner of like what that means to you. I think that would be really funny. Because the different ones have different, but it would be crotchety all around. It would be like, ugh, but different kinds,
Right.
understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do a
it's
video of
awful.
a bunch of different, combinations, doing a project that's not easily solvable,
Yeah.
and using that to interpret behaviors to help people get it.
Yeah. It might help. I think it would. Probably. Yeah. So do you think that any part of how you get along do you relate it to? I know that CJ, you're not familiar with this model, or you're not as.
I'm not very
Not very
familiar
interested in
with
that.
it. I did an externship with psychological evaluations, and one of the psychologists, after doing all of these pathological diagnostic tests, would give the Myers-Briggs to his people so that they could normalize their results, make it more palatable to them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all that other than I'm introverted, I don't know very much about it.
Yeah. Well, so here's an idea I had again. So this could be based on nothing. This could be absolute BS. It could be totally irrelevant. But, based on my guess that if you ever got interested in this and blah, 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 could be totally wrong. But I think you would probably identify the most with the INFP.
What's INFP?
Okay, so I got to talk about that with you after, if you want,
Okay,
to see, because
yeah,
it's
sure,
it's a big topic.
Okay, all right.
But I feel pretty confident about IP, that's for sure. And actually F2, I feel pretty confident about that. I can explain to you why.
So we can have her do an online one and find out.
Yeah, we could. Or like, I like to do, also I'll do you my unofficial quick, if we're going to be unofficial, I'll give you my unofficial quick test. But the thing being,
Probably as accurate as the real thing.
yeah, I'm pretty good. I gotta say, I'm pretty good. So anyhow, and I thought though that definitely that, and there's some qualities associated with that, generally speaking. And I thought it's neat to see the two of you, and what I imagine could be part of the dynamic, maybe not, is that part of what can work with you two being you're obviously very different kinds of creatures, but I think because of the sort of inherent independence that goes with, let's say you are, we don't know if you are or not, but if you were INFP or if you're INTP for that matter, that's a very different animal from an INTJ. And I wonder though if part of the getting along really well is that you have two types that are so sort of have a natural kind of independence, and again are used to people not getting them really. They're not really, not like in the ways that matter to you, that are interesting to you. And there's a kind of if you are an IP type of some sort, then what's going to be part and parcel of that is an attitude of kind of live and let live. I want to do my own thing, and I respect other people doing their own thing. Respect, and INFP highly, and INTP too, highly respect people's right to do it the way they want to do it, and I don't really
Absolutely.
care what you're doing. Just
That's
don't
right.
swing your fist in
That's
my
right.
face, but
Right.
leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
But there's a
Yeah.
very high tolerance, and same thing for
Absolutely.
INTJ. INTJ is totally like that.
I mean,
and I could see how the two of you
absolutely.
can kind of be like, look at each other and observe each other's differences and be amused. And I've seen you joke around, like be amused and observe the differences and tease each other like mad and have a great time with it. And
Yeah.
yet there's not a lot of like about it because neither one wants to control anybody else.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
want
you just
anybody telling
really
me
don't.
what to do, and I don't want
That's
to tell
right.
anybody
Yeah.
else what to
Yeah,
do.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And I would figure that might be part of the magic,
right.
you know. And also the fact that probably the two of you would want, I would think, would be, and this is true of the ends, generally speaking. Like if you don't want to, like especially the INs, I think you don't want to just make small talk. You don't want to just talk for talk's sake because it's just it's boring and it's exhausting and it's meaningless and it's from most INs' perspective.
And they're more interesting than that.
Right. So you probably just jump in, like, I don't know, but I know with me and my friends and all the INs I know, well, I'm gonna ignore that, that we just start in a conversation wherever in the flow of, like, normal flow of things that we want, and we just go with it. We don't need to explain it. We don't need to be like, let's preface it with some politeness first, and no, we just say it, and if the other person picks it up, they do, and or they don't, and it's all fine.
Yeah, well, sometimes I have to ask her, what the hell are you talking about?
Where did that come from? And honestly, you know, if I may say too, like that's part of the reason I would have guessed INTJ for you. Yeah, because sorry, Sally, because that happened. There were a few times where, oh my gosh, this is such an INTJ thing. This is an INFJ thing in my experience too, but even more INTJ,
Okay.
where you know we're having a discussion, and then there'll be a slight pause. We're all just thinking around, and then you'll be like, blah 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 blah. Like you'll just make a statement, and we're like, what? You know, both of us were like, and we make leaps,
Where'd
right?
that come from?
We make imaginative leaps really easily.
Yeah, but
we
sometimes
think in
I can't
associative
go
ways.
there.
Yeah, and you're just sort of like, huh? Like it's just this like, there you go. And you're not pushing it on. You're not making a deal. You're just like, there you go. And then you're sort of like, oh, you don't get it? Okay. And then we bug you, and you're not going to bother unless we're really interested. And then we ask you, what do you mean? When you say, oh, well, I guess the best thing of blah, 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 you can make a pronouncement about an observation. And if we ask you, you'll tell us. But if we didn't ask, you'd be like,
Okay, good
we
with
just
that.
said it. Yeah.
Well, I have these two levels of reality all the time. It's what's going on in my head, and it's how I'm interacting with everyone else. I mean,
And sometimes they switch places.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't bother to download. You're like, I don't even download
the
it.
one that's not
Whatever.
interacting at people comes out just whatever.
Yeah, that's a real thing, and that's part of like why
It drives some people crazy though.
does it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their problem.
Yeah, I know. Like, what do you do with
That's
that?
that's one of the wonderful things about getting older. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Hearing that a lot.
Yeah, whatever.
Knock yourself out. Yeah.
Oh, I used to worry about that when I was, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like,
Now you're like, whatever.
but one of the things I've found really interesting, okay, a lot of the difference between us,
Okay.
it's natural stuff like you're talking about, but also she grew up in Brooklyn, New York,
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different style.
and I grew up on a farm.
Oh, just me on there. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we would run away, you ran away to
Everybody else's home.
Oh.
I was the observer in everybody else's home.
and also cerebral.
Yeah, I was thinking things through. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would be out in the fields and in the woods, very physical. And I was a natural athlete. Well, I used to be. I still
Oh,
am.
you still
I
are.
still-
You guys
still
have been
live in
blowing
my
me away.
head.
Oh, you still are. Like, yeah.
I still dream it, being an athlete.
Mm.
Those dreams are
Yeah.
fun. So our environments were very different, but we're also very alike. Or very much alike. Very similar, I should say, not alike.
And how you like to spend your time, like that kind of thing. Like, as you say, you like to think it through. You like your time to do that. You don't.
Do we like the same amount of quiet time? We probably do.
I probably want more quiet time.
Wanting to be alone in the mornings, like McDonald's or whatever. You're probably wanting to be still at home with a cup of coffee.
Oh, it takes
For
me.
sure.
I don't know if this is what you're asking, but it takes me hours to get going in the
Oh
morning.
my God! I mean, in 5 minutes, I'm ready to do anything.
Oh, in 5 minutes I'm
I
ready.
jump out of bed and I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to start thinking about doing something.
In 5 minutes I'm ready to start opening my eyes.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
slow to wake
So
up.
we're very different with that.
Yeah. I'm a night person. I mean, I try to get to sleep by 2 o'clock because if I miss 2 o'clock, then I go for another 2 hours. So.
But the thing that did draw us together in the beginning was the fact that I knew there was someone else who could understand what I was seeing. Most people can't understand what I'm seeing, and it takes me a while to put the words to what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people see that as you're being a little slow in intelligence.
Oh my.
And then when I come out with a statement, they're like, huh?
Yeah.
It requires
It's like,
translation.
whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was slower, just with the spoken word. But so much is going on in my mind. But she would get it because they would be talking on the surface, see, on a case, and I'm like, they're missing the main thing.
You're missing the person. Yeah.
Or they're missing the main thing that's there.
Right. And trying very hard not to see it.
And then trying to just, then you go through the whole filter. Should I say something? Should I stay quiet?
Yeah. Mostly we stayed quiet.
Right. What do you enjoy about bike riding? We spent a lot of time riding bikes here.
Yes, we have, haven't we? What do I like? The freedom. The freedom. What it feels like, the sensation of just slicing through the air. Except when it comes to an uphill.
But it's so marvelous going downhill.
Going down.
I don't like it like this.
I excel at the downhills. Yeah, I'm really good at that.
I like them too.
I like the levels. They're just slightly down. But the problem is going down, I'm thinking we got to go back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but whatever. Now, I like the Solitude. I really enjoy riding with someone because you're with someone, but you're not expected to talk. You can you're experiencing it together. On many levels. What you see, feel, hear, smell. I find a lot of people don't smell as much as I smell. I'll have to point it out, like the honeysuckle or the whatever I'm smelling. But yeah, you experience it together with someone else if you're riding with someone else. But I like to have a destination.
I know. See, that was another part that I would see would be a difference with you too. Is that I've noticed, because I'm just around and you guys are having your time, your vacation, and I'm just hearing a little bit about you're making your plans, and it seems to me like what I have heard, which is not much, is just that it seems pretty easy going. It's kind of like, oh, you want to, okay, I want to, like, it's just really, it seems pretty easy. You're both pretty easy going about it. What I noticed is different though, is like you, and again, this was very, what I would say is very J-ish, and what I've observed a lot of is, but you will be the one more often, he'll be like, okay, let's go. Like, okay, let's go. Let's go. And you're not, you're just totally like relaxed about it. You're like, we could do this. You're all like open-ended and da-da-da-da. But then you're like, there's got to be some, you're like, okay,
at some point we got to do it.
It's time to go.
Right.
Yeah. Like just a little like,
or you'll never get
about that.
You'll never get there if you don't get started.
Well, true. That's why I like to have Jays in my life because I like their structure being imposed on me. Like their natural sense of just time's going. I want to see some progress. Let's go. And I can be prompted for that sometimes.
In meetings, I love the part of just taking in intuitively knowing when it's time to move on to something else. Summarizing. Okay, we've really looked that over, and I think we all agree at whatever. And how about this? Move on to the next. Bridge them into the next topic. Because some people really will stay stuck.
Yeah. On that note, the light's going. It's time for dinner, so I think we will wrap it up.
Okay.
But thank you so much for, my dinky channel and sharing your stuff.
Sure enough.
Okay.
Okay.